So it's Monday morning, January 25th, I want to say, and the week's just starting. It's like 9 a.m. Your coffee ain't the size of your head. You're not actually addicted. You're just a bitch. Don't tell anybody, but I leave my door open all the time. It's like a dead end that way, so like no one actually comes by. No one's gonna fucking walk into my apartment thinking that nobody's home, you know? Just easy for me. So I don't feel like carrying keys around down the street and shit, so I leave my door wide open. I should probably not say that, because like some of you guys have my address already somehow. Now you know how to get in. I got Dunkin' because the Starbucks app wasn't working. I don't like dislike Dunkin'. Dunkin' was the only place in my town that was like even semi-fast food. We had bullshit ass Boston Market. I grew up in a small town where Snacks and Animal live right now. We had 2 Dunkin' Donuts in that town. It made no sense. We had one corner and then one, actually the other one was in the middle of it, and then there was one diagonal of it. They were basically competing against each other for the same fucking people. It made no sense. As I got more sophisticated, my palate matured, started drinking that bitter shit over at Starbucks. I just feel like it has more caffeine, honestly. I feel like Dunkin' Donuts is like for fucking children and peasants. I'm just joking. I love you, Dunkin' Donuts. So what do we got on tap today? We have our newsletter, which comes out every morning, every Monday, not every morning. Goddamn, Snacks would kill himself. Every Monday morning. If you guys are not signed up, you could do so on bigdogsfantasy.com. We break down the previous week in terms of what happened with the brand. We talk about some of the best things we saw on Twitter, some of the best content we've personally consumed, and then we have a sports cards section now. So Georgie Memes, who I think I've decided to take that nickname away from. He's no longer Georgie Memes because he hasn't made a fucking meme in 6 years. But he's really into sports cards, and he's been running the Basement Sports Cards IG and Twitter account. Or does he have a Twitter? No, IG account. So if you don't follow that, Basement Sports Cards, if you're into, you know, flipping and making some money with sports cards, he's actually really fucking good at it. So he puts a section in there as well. So realistically, Snacks does pretty much everything. He organizes it, procures it. Obtain something, especially with care or effort. Yeah, I would, okay, well, I meant curate, I guess, but it actually, both of them make sense. Okay, wait, never mind. Curate is a member of the clergy engaged as assistant to a rector or a parish priest. Curate is like to organize something, isn't it? Or am I making that shit up? I'm really bad with vocabulary. Anyways, Snacks organizes the whole thing, and then last minutes he sends it over to me and I put the brand section in, or I send it to him real quick before he throws it in at the end. Then I have a meeting with the app developer in which we are working on the new website, centralize everything. So hopefully, I want to get that launched soon because we have the draft guide. Like, I would like to get the draft guide up and running, or up for pre-order at least by, Super Bowl is here on the 7th. We are here on the 25th. I would like to get the website up and running by at least like one of these times so we could start the pre-sale on draft guides here. We also have to, I'm getting on a call with Monkey Knife Fight later today. Last year, we did really well with them, obviously, if you guys watched my last vlog in terms of the revenue that we brought in for the year. We'd like to run it back with them, but under a different deal, so I have to renegotiate with them today. But last year, we didn't start the deal with them with the draft guide until probably like April or May, and I know a lot of you guys pre-ordered the draft guide starting in January, February, March. That could have been a bunch more people that we got on board with it. I want to have that running before the pre-sale goes off. So we want to lock up Monkey Knife Fight. We want to lock up the website where people can pre-order the draft guide before the Super Bowl. So we gotta figure that shit out ASAP.
I got too much on my plate, my brain all over the place.
I fucking made that shot, by the way. That went in the garbage.
Sometimes feel like my whole life's figured out. Go to school, get married, buy a house. I have a kid or two and I hope they're proud of the shit we did in the here and now. Got something I saw, baby, I advise you look away. Came through the back door, baby, and I think we're here to stay. The shit we asked for, baby, it happened the other day. Think about the past more, baby, when one hit no other way. I saw, baby, I advise you look away. Came through the back door, baby, and I think we're here to stay. The shit we asked for, baby, it happened the other day. Think about the past more, baby, when one hit no other way. And I guess that I'm a bit anxious, like constantly. And I guess that I'm a bit manic, like honestly. I play pretend like every day. I lost my friends in every way. Got red flags in every place. A bag of cigs and Chardonnay. All this shit we gone through, baby, I thought you were kidding me. And all the times you text my phone and told me you was missing me. I took a step back, saw it happen, now I'm kicking me. The silent killer, silent swear to God, I should be killed.
fucking crooked.
Came through the back door, baby, and I think we're as tight as shit we asked for, baby. It happened the other day. Think about the past more, baby.
So I'm working on the website right now. It is so difficult to, you know what the problem is? You know what the problem is when you're designing? Hold on one sec. I'm making chicken right now. I got chicken in the oven. My fucking fire alarm keeps going off. This is the first time I've ever cooked chicken thighs before. I'm usually a chicken breast guy. I tell you what, they look good. They look good. Yeah, baby. Look at them. Look at it. Oh boy. Big girl eating good tonight. All right, I still got my kitchen glove on. I'm about to do this vlog with a glove on. This is my flu game. This is my flu vlog. Bitch! We're trying to create this centralized hub where you guys can go and figure anything. See, why is it going off? Why is it going off? There's nothing in the fucking oven. Makes no fucking sense. There's nothing in the fucking oven. When you pull inspiration, a lot of times when I'm doing like design, anything that's aesthetic, anything that's like design-ish, I have to create a website or an image or a graphic or something. 99% of the time, some inspiration I pulled from another image or graphic, like someone else made it, and I'm like, oh, I like that about that, I like that about that, and I try to kind of copy it. I don't like steal it, but I copy the essence of it. And that's what I do with like the website. Like this is basically what we have so far for the centralized hub, and it looks really good so far, but we're trying to piece together the product offerings that we have right now. And obviously this looks like crap because it's not finished on the back end where everything lines up. So we've got the season-long draft guide, we've got the Dynasty Rookie Draft Guide, we've got our Discord, the Big Dog Basic membership, which is gonna be taking over the regular Patreon tier, Big Dog Goat membership, which takes over the Patreon Goat tier. And this is what's gonna be good. When we have a solid foundation, we can expand our product offerings so that if you don't want to pay for like the monthly membership, you could buy access to just the rankings only, right? So if you wanna pay, I have no idea what the price tag is gonna be, but rather than paying like the $10 a month, which does get you a lot more value, it gets the in-season rankings, it gets you access to the Q and Assault, it gets you access to our Discord, like it gets you a lot of stuff. Obviously it's worth it. If you just wanted to pay the one-time price for the rankings, this will enable us to be able to do that. And then we have merch, and we've got the newsletter. So it's looking clean. As soon as we like actually clean it up, I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be real simple. We'll have the logo up there. We're gonna have a big question that asks, what are you looking for? And then we'll have a drop down where you could choose like exactly what it is that you're looking for on the drop down. And then based off of like, if you choose rankings, basically it'll eliminate any of the product offerings that don't have rankings within it. But if you click rankings, it'll say like season long draft guide, dynasty draft guide, basic Big Dog membership, because all of those have rankings included. And then it'll just populate those. And then under those, it'll have the description of each one. And you could choose exactly what membership plan or what product works exactly for you. So we're on the up and up. Speaking of the up and up, shout out to Sexy Pats. Sexy Pats made this 2020 Big Dogs montage and just took a bunch of highlight clips, made a fucking awesome 10-minute video of it, and it gave me goosebumps. We're gonna play like the first minute and a half.
This number will continue to grow, and I have 100% faith and belief in that because that has always been my thought, and that has always been how I operated. And since I've documented the entire fucking process, y'all can't call bullshit on it, and we've grown and grown and grown. We will not stop growing until we take over the fucking world. Maybe it's time we start to split a little bit from just going off the backbone of my personal YouTube channel and start expanding things.
This is Bunk Bed Breakdowns, BDGE's very own Dynasty show.
Welcome to the first ever episode of Animals House.
I'm excited to introduce to you a new segment. I'm calling it Market Watch Mondays.
This is what we like to call Five Bag Fridays.
Good morning, tuning in. Welcome to Bagels and Locks.
You need to sell CMC so you don't miss the sell window. Shut the fuck up. I feel like Jay Cutler's a little milky. Like,
Are you the dumbest motherfucker I've ever met? Hold on. Yes.
Hold on. What cracking, big dog?
you see?
That shit got me hyped up. The whole video is dope. It's on my Twitter. It's on the Instagram as well, at BDGE __ on my personal Twitter. The video is cool as hell. It gave me goosebumps for real. The intros to those beginning, basically what I was saying was the beginning, I was like, I want to branch off and make each like division of Big Dogs their own thing. That's why we have Bunkbed has their own YouTube channel and podcast. Fade the Public has their own YouTube channel and podcast, so that we can start all those shows. The intro for those shows was fucking brutal.
Of my personal YouTube channel and start expanding things.
This is Bunkbed Breakdowns, BDGE's very own Dynasty show.
Like, Noah, what the fuck is that? I haven't seen a lack of enthusiasm like that since I had to go with my ex-girlfriend to make her boobs smaller.
Welcome to the first ever episode of Animal's House.
I'm excited to introduce to you a new segment. I'm calling it Marquette Watch.
This motherfucker's attending the University of Marquette Watch Monday. It's been fun to watch Mike develop into a... He's doing really good work over there on the Bunkbed Breakdowns channel. He's new to video content this year, but his Market Watch Mondays video that he puts out, like a strategy dynasty video every Monday, is fucking, I think, some of the best content in dynasty football. And I think he's actually going to be, I think Mike's going to end up being a real big time player in the dynasty community when it comes to fantasy stuff. So he's come a long way. Everyone on the team has, obviously. It's funny because you look back at like 2020 and just so much fuckery and so much misery, obviously, but like we just, every day we wake up and we create and we grind and good shit comes out of it. And like this video kind of exemplifies that. And I thought it was awesome. So again, shout out to Sexy Pats, who's gonna start doing some editing work for us actually. Like I've said many times in my video, if you wanna get a foot in the door, don't tell people what you can do. Don't talk about what you can do. Don't tell them what you're gonna be able to do for them in the future. Just fucking do it. He just sent me this video. He says, Nick, I know you talk about this shit all the time. You say rather than telling you what to do, I'm just gonna do it. So he made this montage. He didn't ask me, can I make a montage for you? He didn't say, hey, if you're willing, I will make this montage for you. He just said, fuck it, this is what you've said before in your videos. I'm gonna make it for you. He did it, he edited it, he put the work in, he went through every fucking video pretty much from 2020, made this beautiful thing, and now he's ready to fucking roll and rip. And I respect the shit out of that. What I don't respect is what's happening in the fucking stonk market right now. If you've been anywhere near a computer in the last 48 to 72 hours, which would be harder to not be near a computer than it would be to be near someone with, I don't know where the fuck I was going with that. You know what's happening with AMC, with GameStop, with all this stuff. And as of right now, the Robinhood app is closed. Almost all of the trade apps are closed in terms of being able to buy stock in AMC, GameStop, and all this shit. And the most people that are not in this don't really understand what the fuck is going on. Basically, the big hedge fund managers made a bet that would make them a fuckload of money, and the bet was that like GameStop would end up going out of business, and they were basically forcing the hand of the shares of They were basically betting that GameStop would go out of business while they were the ones making up the rules for whether or not GameStop would go out of business. And there was a way to combat that, but most people would never have found it. But this dude on Reddit found it, like exposed it, and everyone bought the shares of it so that when the time came, whenever those hedge fund guys shares came to there was like a time stop when you short a stock. You're betting that it goes down to a certain number by a certain date. But if people start buying it, then those guys are fucked. And the people that have that sell by date, if it's higher than when they originally bought it, have to pay those other people a lot of money. And that's what you're seeing. So they got fucked. And what this Robinhood app did was shut down the trading of it. So when you shut down the trading of it, no one can buy it. So it's not producing demand for the stock. So if it started the day at $300 per share with all the hedge fund managers that were going to get fucked with all the public selling their stock again, by the time that these guys, remember I said they have to sell the stocks by a certain date, by the time that date hits now, the stock price is going to be back to where it was from the beginning, and they're not going to get fucked because Robinhood is not letting people buy or trade these stocks, which is completely illegal. And I can't wait to see what actually happens with this. Dave Portnoy has been putting out elite levels of content around this stuff over the last 24, 48 hours. Just incredible shit. And yeah, I was in it. I was trading AMC yesterday. So I'm filming this on January 28th. The big day for AMC was yesterday, where it went from like $8 up to $19. I think it peaked at. I got in at 11. I made like $3,500 to $4,000 off of it. I got
out of it before the trade market closed, because I was nervous that something like this was going to happen, because there were reports and rumors leaking throughout the day that like there was going to be some sort of regulation on it, and that's what happened overnight. So it made me nervous, and I was like, I got to get out of there. I don't know when this, I mean, and they started the day off with the market closed to be able to trade those fucking stocks, and they're literally just stealing. They're not allowing people to buy or sell these stocks, and they're letting the price drive down. So what's going to happen is these hedge fund managers that were fucked are going to be able to short their stocks at the original price and not lose any money. And when the markets open back up, people are going to be like, oh, we got to buy, because they're still going to short the stock. Little do they know, the stock is probably already shorted. So the stock's not going to climb. There's going to be a lot of people that lose a lot of money because Robinhood did a bunch of fucking illegal shit. And I hope there's a class action lawsuit. And I hope the people that made these decisions, which were obviously biased, unregulated, or regulated decisions in favor of people at the top of the food pyramid and the food chain, this is exactly what market manipulation looks like from the Wall Street guys. Supposedly, I don't know if any of this is confirmed, but the people who are making this happen are 60% of the money in Robinhood comes from a few different financial investment firms, and they're the ones that are telling them to pull the plug. Now, again, I don't know how true that is, because all of the other places shut down as well, like Ameritrade, TD Ameritrade, like all of these other trading apps are also not letting you trade GameStop and AMC and whatever it is. So while yes, maybe those hedge fund managers had 60% of their money in Robinhood, or Robinhood's made up of 60% of those people's monies, all the other ones shut down too. So like, does that mean all their money? I don't know. Something doesn't add up here, and it's most likely that there's a bunch of fuck faces in the hedge funds that did it. So now we're all sitting here with our hands tied, and again, I'm excited, but like I'll be honest, I'm a little bit nervous to jump back into the market right now, because they've already shown us that they could regulate it if they want to. I'll link a really good video that like explains it extremely simply, what actually happened and the dynamics behind the GameStop shares, from a guy who breaks it down as if it was like, you know, stocks for dummies, selling shorts for dummies or whatever. It's a video I watched last night that was very, very simplistic and helpful. As always, we've got a lot going on. Speaking of investments too, after I put out my last vlog, the one where it was like the BDGE State of the Union address that I do yearly, that I got great feedback from, and I always appreciate you guys watching those. They're one of my favorite videos to make because I know it's impactful to y'all. A lot of people reaching out. One was an investor, and he's not looking to invest in BDGE, but he is an investor by trade, like a VC investor. And he was like, you know, I learned a lot from your video. I'd love to like hop on a call. No intention behind it. Just like if you have any questions, because I know you were talking about investment money, and we can kind of like shoot the shit, and you could pick my brain if you have any questions for it. So I'm getting on a call with him tomorrow, which I'm excited for, because I don't know really the first thing about investments when it comes to scaling up a company. So I'll learn bit by bit, brick by brick, click by click, and yeah, exciting. Super Bowl is about a week and a half away. I'm gonna have some people over for the Super Bowl. Should be fun. I sold my couches downstairs, which I hated. We got a new couch coming in within the next couple of days. Comfy as fuck. I'll show you guys when it gets here.
Do you look me in my face? In every single word that you say. Sometimes feel like my whole life's figured out. Go to school, get married, buy a house. I kid it too, and I hope that proud of this shit.